Thank you for tuning into another episode of Take 10 on Tuesday with the Tennessee Tribune. I'm Jason Luntz. Today I got a special guest, somebody that I've been trying to get in here for a long time, but he's such a busy man, but I'm excited to have him here. I have DJ Kenny Smoov of 92Q. What's going on, man?
What's up, man? Good to see you, bro.
Thanks, man. I'm glad to have you here.
Appreciate
Definitely.
it.
Well, I know that when my viewers find out that you're here today, they're all going to tune in. They're going to be amped up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, because for once, you're on the other side.
Oh,
you're
wow,
getting
right.
questions.
Exactly.
So it happens. So now I want to know, just starting off, how long have you been at 92Q and how long have you been in Nashville?
Both about 10 years now. I got here in 05. I actually know the exact date, June 26,
Wow.
2005. You know, I got here, and when I first got here, I was like, man, I ain't gonna stay here that long.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just not gonna do it. You know, and I just came here from Myrtle Beach, and I was living on the beach house and all of that. I said, man, I ain't staying here that long. And over a period of time, the city just, grew on me, and joined church and got into the community, and it's just it's been a really good experience, man. Just the people are great, the town is growing. Nashville is like the next Charlotte.
Yeah.
It's poised to be the next Charlotte, man. This
Yeah.
is gonna explode. So
Yeah.
it's a good time to be here.
Yeah. So you got here right on time.
Oh yeah, right on time.
Then so you've seen a lot of changes.
Lots of changes, man. I mean, all you see is cranes now.
Yes.
There's a crane everywhere. There's a bulldozer somewhere near you. Jackhammers are going off at 9 o'clock in the morning. Somewhere around you is always the city is just moving, man. It's vibrant right now.
I definitely agree. I try to tell a lot of my friends and family, they're like still, because I'm from up north,
Right.
and I keep telling them, you guys need to come to Nashville. But,
Yes.
hey, some of us feel like, you know what, you can stay. We'll keep it to ourselves.
I told partners of mine too, and people I grew up with, people that I know that are into investing and what have you. I'm like, if you're gonna buy some property, get some here.
Yes.
At least get a couple of pieces here, because this is money.
Yes.
You're gonna buy $150,000, $200,000 piece, and it's gonna be $400,000 or $500,000 in 10 years. So get it now, and double your money.
Yeah, invest. If you can, it's time to jump on it, or get a group of people together and try to find a way.
Yeah, find a way.
Well, that's another reason I definitely wanted you here, because from my following you, listening to you on the radio and your social media, I know that you talk about a lot of issues, and something you focus a lot on is empowerment, especially with black people. How far behind do you think we are as a community as far as empowering ourselves?
Here in Nashville?
Here in Nashville.
It's not as far away as a lot of communities that I've been to. I mean, this is my 7th radio market. And Nashville, with its educational foundation, with TSU, Fisk, and Harry, you have a lot of educated brothers and sisters in this town. It's not as far back as like I said, other communities, but I think there's still a good 20-year gap. It's still crazy, but it's not insurmountable.
Okay.
And it's something that we just need to continue to pour in on the back end, and into our youth. We got to keep doing that, because that's where the stretch can be made up.
Okay. So if we're out here in publications like ours, your radio station, if we focus on younger people as they come up, we can start to make a difference.
You start to close the gap, start to steering people in the right direction, because it's just a few incidences away from turning it into a Memphis. Not to downgrade Memphis, but that community has a lot of issues, and we don't want those issues here in our urban community.
No.
We got enough of it already.
Yes.
And it's going to be some. You can't escape it. You're going to have some knuckleheads out here. Somebody's going to want to move some bricks. Somebody's going to want to, do what they do. But as long as we just don't let it get pervasive, man, and keep it under control, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, I agree. And I've definitely been to a lot of communities, and our urban areas are definitely not as bad as other places. And there's a lot of successful black business owners here, and a lot of educated people, like you said.
Absolutely.
So that also wants me to take to, I mentioned your social media. So I like, especially your Facebook. If you don't know, it's Facebook. It can be a trip. Well, you've toned it down as of late, it seems, but
right.
sometimes when you post stuff, you get a lot of good conversation going. Was this something you actually thought about, like more engagement, asking questions, or did you just kind of fall into it?
It really was organic. I just kind of fell into it, and I just kind of pose questions or talk about things that are dear to me. And that way, when I'm responding to it, it's a passionate response. It's a real response. You know, I'm not, you know, some people have their social media things up and they got other people manning them, or they have, you know, people, you know, getting in there and as administrators and what have you. But it's me on there. You know, if it's a response on there, it was me.
Okay.
On my 2 pages directly. But it was. I think it has to be a combination too. And as I started doing it more, you know, it can't be, you know, all come to my party, come to my this, you know, download my that, buy my this. You know, it has to be you engaging the audience too. They have to, you know, they have to connect with you on another level before they go to the other level of, okay, I'm gonna, you know, do something that involves this person or whatever. So you want to mix it up, you know, and that's who I am. I'm a mix it up kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know, one minute, man, I'm on a thing and we could be talking about break beats, you know what I'm saying? Break beats and could Nas smash this, or and the next thing we're talking about how crazy the deficit's going and what we can do to bring it down some from our community perspective. So that's just the kind of person I am. I'm a real Aquarius, man. It's like all over the place.
But that engagement thing you said was powerful and amazing, because I tell people that all the time. Yeah, you can't just keep pushing your products or services or whatever you do. You got to get conversation going.
Right.
Now, do you think that the fact that you can switch up topics also helps out? I mean, you keep it light, but sometimes you can get serious.
I think that's a thing too. You know, it's a personality thing. You know, it's really is a personality thing, and you know, as people, other people in this market, man. You know, I could, you know, I'll drop a couple of names, Sissy Brown or Joe Major, who are personalities. You know, and before they didn't have a platform to showcase that, but now, you know, it's free. You can reach thousands of people, and they have a stage that they can conduct on their own. You know, and you can get, you know, being in social media and being on equal footing with CNN. We've seen what you know, Ashton Kutcher did to CNN. You know,
it was crazy.
When, you know, where he was leveraging against this big conglomerate worldwide television thing, and he was beating them on Twitter. You know, so it balances it, you know, things out.
Yeah, that's crazy. In fact, one quick thing was when they had that earthquake in the New York, D.C. area. Remember, everyone was surprised because East Coast doesn't get earthquakes. There were people that actually saw it being tweeted about before they felt it. I mean, someone literally was falling and was tweeting, and then it hit someone else.
It's coming your way.
It's coming your way. It's just
like
crazy. That's just crazy. So we can get information now so quickly now. So that's good, and I think what you're saying can work. And you already had a platform on the radio, but do you believe businesses can also, if they use that same process, they can also grow their social media?
I believe you can. I think, you know, if you're selling sweaters, you know. If you're selling sweaters, but people like you, then they'll buy your sweater. But if you just keep saying, buy my sweater, buy my sweater, buy my sweater, you're just going to start losing followers. Because people, I mean, it's like everywhere I go, somebody's selling me something. I turn on the TV, they're selling me. I turn on the radio, they're selling me something. I look up in the sky, the billboards, they're selling me something. I can't go nowhere without somebody selling me something. So I get on my computer, during my time, in my house, and then I turn it on, and then the first thing I see is your raggedy sweaters. No, I don't want it. But if it's like, hey man, you know, you talking about something, or you're talking about Michael Brown, and you're talking about, you know, unarmed black teens being shot and blah blah blah, and you're passionate about it, and you talk, and then eventually they be like, man, you know, I dig this chick, or I dig this dude, you know, oh, but he sells sweaters too.
Let me check it out.
Let me check it out. That's how it works.
I really can't say anything else. I feel like you're in my brain literally right now. Like this is, I mean, I've given speaking engagements to business owners, and you actually, like, if we had took a transcription of what I said, you said the same exact thing. So that's great. That's great,
man. It's like, you know, I've you know, and you try to do it different ways. And that's the cool thing about, you know, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You know, you can make mistakes, and it don't cost you anything.
That's right.
It don't cost you anything. But now, if you're a business, you know, you got to be real careful. Especially if you got a brand that's already established, man. You can get out there and trip your brand up.
Oh, man. You can make some mistakes.
And, you know, let me tell you about this little place on the internet called Black Twitter. It's a very dark and lonely place. If you get on Black Twitter and hit the wrong nerve, they will swarm on you like bees.
They'll destroy you.
You know, they'll destroy you. You know, so imagine you got a product and you get on there and you say the wrong comment about Mike Brown. And then they all just attack your business, you know, and they'll kill your business, man. So you just got to be, if you have somebody managing your social media, you better have the right person, and they should really understand who you are. You know, and sometimes I try to let my interns sometimes put their hands on the machine and let them drive the boat a little bit, but not before we have a few sit downs.
You got to talk to them
about who I am and what kind of stuff, and I'll show them. I said, man, look, last week I hosted, you know, a reading thing for some kids. You know, I hosted the Charlie Wilson show and a bikini contest all in the same week. This is who you're dealing with.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not one-ended. Where I only want to hear old school. No, I'm gonna be on here on this rap stuff too. That's what I grew up with. You know, and then I'm always about kids. So somewhere in there, you find your space. So make sure you don't interrupt
each one.
The spaces.
Man, this is some real gems right now. If you are someone trying to build your brand, this is very important, and you should definitely follow him. In fact, if we can we get your Twitter and Facebook?
Oh yeah, no doubt. Everything is Kenny Smoov, KennySmoov, like victory. Everything is Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and that's the other thing about the brand position. You want to make sure that you do that you try to own all of those spaces if you can. And I was lucky to start really, you know, when everybody was trying to get into it, I was smart enough to go in there and just snatch up everything.
You got it.
Because if you don't, then somebody's out there posing as Kenny Smoov, and I had an issue with that with something else, but we worked it out. So
you did work it out?
Yeah, we worked it out, so he got up off of it. It was some dude in Indonesia. Come on, man. You're not Kenny Smoov.
That's not right. That's not right.
so we worked that out, man. But speaking on branding, man, you know, people got to remember, man, that branding, you know, branding is a noun. It's not as much a verb as people think that you go out and you do it. People decide what your brand is. You know, the people decide what your brand is. People decided what Kenny Smoov means to them, what kind of social attachments or emotional attachments I've gained to them. And so that's what Kenny Smoov is. And so, you know, be careful, you know, while you're building your brand and what it means and the emotional attachments that you want it to have to people, you know, because once it sticks,
man, that's great.
It cost them a whole lot of money to turn it the other way. Remember Tylenol? You know what I'm saying? How much trouble they had, you know, when the brand went in the wrong direction and people died. You know, how much money and time they had to spend to turn it back into the right direction.
Definitely.
You know.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's great, man. Wow. Yeah, I really appreciate you coming here, man. And I'm definitely going to be myself pushing this interview out to a lot of people I work with because you just really said some important stuff.
That's what I want to do, man. You know,
yeah,
spread the word.
That's it, man. We're gonna have to have you. We're gonna have to have you come back, man. I really appreciate it.
No problem, man. I appreciate you having me.
All right, man. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate you, man.
Kenny Smoov, the one and only, internationally known and locally respected. And once again, you've been tuning into Take 10 on Tuesday with the Tennessee Tribune. See you next time.